नमस्कार, स्वागत है आपका हमारे विशेष कार्यक्रम में। आज हम आपकी मुलाकात एडिटा से करवाने जा रहे हैं, जो कि ट्रेवल वेलनेस एक्सपर्ट है और अमेरिका से आई हैं। वेलकम टू अवर शो एडिटा।
Thank you very much, Sunil, for having me. It's wonderful, absolutely wonderful to be here in India.
Our first time to India.
It is my very first time, yes.
So, what you found about the country? What are your views about the country?
Sunil, I have to compliment you. You have a beautiful country. Oh my God. It's not what we expect. People live in the West. We have all sorts of different, imaginations or, things. You have a beautiful country. There are so many treasures in your country. And there are a lot of surprises to us too, right? And I admire everything what you do. And I have to tell you, there are so many amazing things. There are things that surprise us in a sort of negative way too, right? But there is one thing in particular, but I know you are working on a lot of different things. So
we heard a lot about the travel agents, travel consultant, but you created a new genre. So, what you about like to say about that?
Sunil, I created something which is called traveler wellness. And it's a totally new concept of when you travel. Many people come to me and they say, Edita, do you organize yoga retreats? And I say, no. I love to, but no, there are other people, specialists, experts who organize yoga retreats. But what I do, I help people to be healthy and well before, during, and that yoga retreat. So it's a holistic approach to the traveler and the traveler wellness. That's what I created.
That's the definition. So, I think I never heard about the travel wellness and all that. And you told before, at the time of travel and after travel. So you talk lot about that. And I went to your website. I saw many interviews and many different sections are there. Today we are talking about the travel wellness only. But I would like to inform you that she has the expertise in how to travel with the pet, how to travel by air before landing, before takeoff. Many other precautions are there, and what kind of precautions you should have before and after travel and during travel. These are the key subjects. So we'll discuss in next episode. But looking towards the travel wellness, I would like to ask when a person is planning to travel, what precautions immediately he should take? What are the first steps he should take?
So when you are planning your travel, or your travel agency is planning your travel. The very first thing you need to, when you decide on the destination, where are you sitting? If you are traveling by plane, where are you sitting on the plane? What's the best place to sit on the plane? I get that question all the time. Sunil, would you like to know where to sit on the plane?
I take. I don't prefer anything like that. Whatever seat I get, I go there and sit. Nothing like that. So you tell us why and what precautions and what seat we should choose.
There is only one area on the plane with fresh air, and the area is the captain's cockpit. What that means is in order to get a little bit of that fresh air, you should be sitting the closest to the front of the plane, as possible, right? As close to the front of the plane as possible. If the best seat is a very individual thing. If you have hearing problems, you should not be sitting very close to the engine. If you have stomach problems, health problems, nausea, a lot of people, pregnant women travel, right? They feel nauseous. You should not be sitting you should be sitting closer to the bathroom so you can go close, more frequently to the restroom, right? To the washroom. If you have problems with stomach and other things that interrupt your travel, you know what? Stay close to where the service provided by the cabin crew is, right? Where the little cafeteria or cafe or whatever is, right? Those are very individual needs. If you have problems with getting too hot on the plane, right? Don't sit by the window. If you want to stretch your legs, you should be sitting on the aisle, right? Take the aisle seat. So are different things. I want all of us to remember that there is a concept which is called bio-individuality, which was created by an American health coach, Joshua Rosenthal. he actually says every single person is different, right? But my personal tip and trick, and if I can recommend, is get the closer to the plane, closer to the front of the plane as possible, and you will be feeling comfortable there.
तो इनका कहना है कि अगर आप प्लेन के पहले से फ्रंट जगहों पर बैठेंगे, पहले वाली कुछ सीटों पर बैठेंगे तो कई सारी समस्याओं का समाधान हो सकता है। और आइल सीट अगर सिलेक्ट करते हैं तो आपको लेग स्पेस अच्छा मिलता है, स्टमक प्रॉब्लम है या कान की कोई समस्या है तो उसको लेकर भी आप सीट का चुनाव वैसा कर सकते हैं। बहरहाल मुझे लग रहा है कि काफी रोचक और अच्छी जानकारियां निकल कर आएगी। What you told about the selection of the seats and what precautions we should take is really amazing and very good that anyone who traveling must have the idea how to choose and why to choose the seats, right? So you told about the selection of the seat number, or why we should sit in front or in back or near to engine, why we should avoid to sitting there. All that are very important issues. But as far as wellness is concerned, this is the zone which you told about traveling. During traveling, the wellness. Before traveling, can we talk about that?
So the very first thing which you need to remember, I like to talk about overall health from the nutrition standpoint. So anything heavy, greasy, oily is a huge no. You should not be eating that stuff, especially an hour to 2 hours prior to your flight. And I will tell you why. Because when you get on the plane, and especially your stomach and the atmosphere on the plane is totally different than what it is on the ground. And our stomach, our body responds in a different way. And we'll talk about that when we are talking about the during travel, of course. And I will tell you a little bit more what's happening with your body on the plane. One other thing, and impacts what we eat, how it impacts our health. One other thing that you should remember prior to your trip, so the nutrition is one thing, nothing oily, nothing greasy, hydrate, drink water, hydrate your body. The other thing is I like to talk about beauty routines. We'll talk about that as well when we talk about the on the plane when we are traveling. But the beauty routines, we like to look 10 years younger, right? All of us want to do it. But you know what? Put the extra basically hydrate your entire body. Put the extra layer of your face cream on your face. And that's also applicable to men. Many men, many gentlemen want to look amazing. So start thinking about hydrating your body, not only through nutrition from your inside, but also from your outside through the beauty routines. So don't forget to hydrate your body from the outside too.
बहुत अच्छी बात कही है। आप लगातार पानी पीते रहें, हाइड्रेट करते रहें बॉडी को, साथ ही खाने पीने का विशेष तौर पर ध्यान करें ट्रेवलिंग के दौरान। और अच्छी बात निकल कर जो सामने आई वो यह है कि सिर्फ आप इंटरनल जो आपकी बॉडी है उसको हाइड्रेट रखने की कोशिश मत कीजिए, आउटर पार्ट ऑफ द बॉडी शुड ऑल्सो बी हाइड्रेटेड। तो ये बहुत अच्छी चीजें निकल कर आ रही है और मुझे लग रहा है कि ट्रैवलिंग के दौरान इन सब चीजों को अगर हम ध्यान रखेंगे तो निश्चित तौर पर बहुत सारी मदद मिलेगी। और बिफोर ट्रैवलिंग, आफ्टर ट्रैवलिंग एंड ड्यूरिंग ट्रैवलिंग ब्यूटी पर भी रीता काफी अच्छी बात कर रही है। सो आफ्टर ट्रैवलिंग wellness, what you would like to say?
Let me explain one thing. So when people do travel 35,000 feet above sea level, our body is going through a lot of changes because of the air decompression, because of the very low hydration. The hydration is at the level of 20%. The normal hydration is 60 to 80. So our body becomes dry. You need to drink a lot of water. You need to eat fruit and veggies. Avoid any salty snacks. Avoid any greasy snacks, chips, pretzels, nuts. Those are the things you should not be eating on the plane. Why? Because then we're experiencing stomach problems. We are puffy. We are feeling swollen. What else? One other thing is we like to drink water, tea and coffee on the plane. But I want you to remember one thing. The water on the plane is never boiled. It's never boiled. So if people have stomach sensitivities, they may experience diarrhea, they may experience vomiting, a lot of other things when they get off the plane. So keep that in mind. Many times people just don't realize and don't connect those two things. And they like tea, coffee, and they drink it on the plane when the water is not boiled. So one other thing for those people who like to have a drink, alcohol or not, so that's a warning. There are people who drink, there are people who don't. You know, when we are on the plane, we are experiencing something which we call hypoxia. Hypoxia is a limited ability to absorb oxygen. So it means if there even one glass of champagne or whatever we drink, it makes us feel like we had three of them on the ground. So it makes us feel like we had almost three on the ground. That's how the airline and the environment, 35,000 feet above sea level, impacts our health and wellness.
तो क्या पीना है क्या नहीं पीना है इसको लेकर एडिटर ने काफी अच्छे से बात कही और साथ ये भी बताया कि ड्यूरिंग ट्रेवल अगर आप शैंपेन या कुछ भी चीजें पीते हैं तो कई सारे आपकी बॉडी को नुकसान उससे हो रहे हैं। तो जब ड्यूरिंग ट्रेवल अगर कुछ इस तरह की चीजें चाय कॉफी या शैंपेन या ड्रिंक्स कुछ लेते हैं तो उसको अवॉइड करने की कोशिश करना चाहिए। सो व्हाट यू से अबाउट आफ्टर ट्रेवलिंग वेलनेस?
After travel, remember you will be dehydrated. So you need to be able to drink water. If you don't have access to water, eat fruit which is rich in water. Okay, like oranges, watermelon, cantaloupe, things, cucumbers, tomatoes, salad, lettuce, those are the things which are rich in water. So keep that in mind. Many times you may want to practice your yoga poses because you want to stretch. So go back to your fitness, to your routine that will allow you to sort of relax your muscles, straighten your legs, and things that will, help you go back to your normal self. Don't forget about vitamins, and that will help you to get back to your especially if you are traveling to places you are not familiar with, they are totally new for you. Don't forget about now I'm forgetting the name of it, of course. Let's say vitamins, minerals to take. Please take even double dose of it.
We talk about travel through air. I would like to talk about by road and train. So, any kind of suggestions during this travel?
It depends how long is your trip. If you are traveling by train, short trip, nothing in particular. Don't forget about hand sanitizers, water, face spraying, nutrition, healthy snacks, healthy food, right? If you are going on a longer trip, whether there are sleeping cards or a few hours you are spending on the train, make yourself as comfortable as possible. I understand on short trips I took a train but it was like a 15-20 minute train right here, right? I know it can get very crowded, right? But the thing is, make sure that you have access to, and again, if you're selecting your cabin or your seat on the train, make sure you have the one which is right for you, for health of yourself and also your family, right? I would recommend just be careful what kind of water you drink. Again, that may be something that may upset your stomach, you may not be familiar with. Pay attention to your personal hygiene when you are using bathrooms and so on, hand sanitizers. There are a lot of things that you can do for your personal hygiene too. I mean, we experience a lot of different things here too, but that's one of those things.
रीता का कहना है कि ट्रेवल ट्रेन से करते हैं तो कितने घंटे की जर्नी है उस पर सारा कुछ डिपेंड करता है। फिर भी पर्सनल हाइजीन मेंटेन करना है। आप बाथरूम यूज कर सकते हैं, आप कैबिन के जिस ट्रेन के जिस कूपे में बैठ रहे हैं उसको लेकर भी समझना चाहिए। और बहरहाल कई स्थितियां अलग है पश्चिमी देशों की और भारत की, तो उसमें भी कुछ अलग अलग बदलाव की बातें होती है। बहरहाल ड्यूरिंग रोड ट्रेवल व्हाट काइंड ऑफ प्रिकॉशन वी शुड हैव?
The road travel by car, the very first thing is do not overdo it. What I mean by this, take breaks. And that's a part of wellness too. It's instead of driving for 6 hours, take breaks. I was traveling by coach here. We took breaks, and you have time to relax, to take a nap. There are plenty of spaces. Don't rush, because sleeping on the road behind the steering wheel is dangerous, right? We know that. Um, don't forget about packing the right food as well. If you have snacks, homemade food, bring with you, because it's all about wellness. Bring with you a little, if you have portable refrigerator, if that's possible for you to have, because it's super hot, right, in this area. And if you don't have it, that's okay too. There are plenty of places to stop and have a snack. Do not experiment with food which is you are not familiar with. Again, this is wellness, this is health, this is a health of your stomach, it's your immune system and other things that you need to do. Hydrate your body inside out. Also have bottles of water. Put a compress of wet rag on your forehead if you are feeling dizzy, nauseous, and so on from the heat. And again, it depends how far you are traveling, how many people are in the car, whether you have air conditioning, and so on and so on. So those are important things.
रीता का कहना है कि अगर आप कार से ट्रेवल कर रहे हैं तो 6 घंटे 6 आवर्स की ड्राइव के बाद एक ब्रेक लेना चाहिए, और अगर घर का खाना है कुछ है तो उस पर भी प्रॉपर ध्यान से रख के खाना चाहिए। बहुत सारी बातें, बहुत सारी प्रिकॉशंस जो हम जनरल ट्रेवल में लेते हैं उस पर बात की है। रीता, as I told at the beginning of show that there is a lot of opportunity, there is more content onto it. So I think we should join next time for more content. But thanks a lot for being with us, and you have given some very good information. And I would like that how people should visit your website or anything. Please convey them so they can come to your website and they can get guidance from you.
So yes, the best website is edytaس.com, which is my first name, my last name. But I would like to invite you to look at my book, which is called beautyandthetravelbeast.com. That's the website, beautyandthetravelbeast.com, where there are a lot of tips and tricks and things that you will find definitely helpful.
Thanks a lot for joining us again.
Sunil, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
आज के इस कार्यक्रम में बस इतना ही। सुनील जोशी को दीजिए इजाजत। नमस्कार।